England's at first hose ban this summer has been announced by Joint Public Utilities in spite some water supply companies proverb they include appropriate supplies. Joint Public Utilities, UU, told a interim ban touching 7 millionth human beings in the polar western of England of August 5 would protect significant supplies. It told water reservoir levels were already low among the heat wave, and hot weather was prediction for the otherwise of July. Carlisle and Polar Garden of Edenvale, that include sensible supplies, are release. The two areas get water supply of regional water supply source, not the web that serving the otherwise of the area, and include not been as ill struck by the absence of precipitation events, the company told. Martin Padley, of UU, told the prohibition, named as a interim use prohibition, comes for which is believed to be the longest heat wave with 1976. He told, in spite several latter precipitation events, water reservoir levels are yet reduced rather than we would wait at the period of year or, in forecasters predictive a back to hot dry weather for the otherwise of July we will requirement to levy several interim restrictions on customers. We are tremendously thankful to customers for possessing helping bring the consumer demand on our web above the recent pair of weeks, but except we get a time of supported precipitation events up August 5, these restrictions will assist us protect significant water supplies for much longer. The company told the ban was near its some efforts to support significant supplies, consisting maximizing water supply abstract of land water supplies, driving water supply about its provincial integration web of tubular products and fleeing a campaigning to promote customers to use water supply sagely. The company told it had the force to levy fines of up to £1,000 for human beings who flouted the prohibition. Though water supply companies in some regions of England forced customers to go on to be water supply wisdom in the hot weather, they told they had no plans to levy such bans. Severn Trent Water Supply, that serving more than rather than 4.2 millionth homes and business community in the Midlands and Medium Wales, told its reservoirs were in a wholesome stance. Southward Staff's Water Supply, that supplies more than rather than a millionth customers in the Midlands, told, this water supply levels in our reservoirs are wholesome, we've got no issues. Hose pipes or sprinklers for flushing individual gardens and wash individual cars are prohibited. Flushing individual gardens in a flushing can and wash vehicles with a ladle and lip, that uses a fraction of the sum of water supply a hose or spray uses, is allowed. On to UU, a hose uses 540 liters in time, as lot as an ordinary household of 4 would use in one date, time a spray leftward fleeing night uses as lot water supply as a household of 4 would use in one week. The ban can bring water supply use by 5 to 10%, onto study by Joint Realm Water Supply Production Study, that would sum to more than rather than 100 millionth liters per day in the polar western. Anglian Water Supply told its water reservoir levels were wherever they should be or lightly over ordinary for the period of year. Northumbrian Water Supply, Bristol Water Supply and Thames Water Supply all told they were not planner hose bans. Wessex Water Supply, that told down there was no perspective of representing the areas at first hose ban with 1976, told it was yet essential for customers to do their bit to rescue water supply. Its chief of water supply asset Amy Shaw added, save water supply can be as lightweight as take a breakdown of yours care, keep the herb to rotate 10, don't worry about on wash the car or maybe do one less than loading of wash in the car. Welch Water Supply told it was hopeful its 3 millionth customers to use water supply sagely, although it may quickly begin to rainfall. The business alerted how, following lengthy dry weather, it would be hard for rainfall to permeate the land and assist recover water reservoir levels. Bosses of England's 9 privatised water supply companies banked £58 metre in pay and benefits above the history 5-year, onto study by the GMB Association published in June. Privatised water supply firms in England characteristically miss among 20% and 22% of delivery due to leak, on to figures of Ofwat, the water supply production controller. Professor David Room of the College of Greenwich, and specialist on the water supply production, told privatized water supply firms had an stimulus not to fix two-lot leaks as the price of job would sting in profits and be unprofitable. They can't compensate the price of manufacturing reductions in leak levels besides by reduction profits, house not which they wish to make, he told. If the leak levels were not so top, the everyday amount of water supply brought would be high, thus we would achieve the spot of hose bans lot after all limitation on water supply use is a limitation on human beings' quality assurance of lifetime.